god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ever should the good ship so have swallowed, the frauding souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe to the day.
No harm. I've done nothing but care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of this full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
Lord, to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee, father. Come, lend thy hand and pluck my edge apart from me. Lie there now. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The dire spectacle, which touched the very virtue of compassion, I have with such provision in mine ark, so safely ordered, that there is no soul, no not so much petition as an hair between, to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou soughtest sink. Sit down, for I must now inform thee, father.
You've often begun to tell me what I am, then stopped, and asked me to a boltless inquisition, concluding stay. Not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thy ear, obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything in it, tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
She's followed. Rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hast, Miranda, and more. But how is it this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward and abyss of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I cannot.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was the Duke of Milan, and a prince.
Sir, are you not my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she did say thou wast my daughter, and that thy father was the Duke of Milan, and his only heir and princess no worse issued.
The heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? So blessed was we did.
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, for we heaved thence, and blessedly hoped hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the team that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you, father.
My brother, and thy uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious, he who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state, was at that time to all the signories each was the first, and Prospero, the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity, and for the liberal art without a parallel. Those being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected in how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new form, having both the key to officer and office, set all heart in state to what tune pleased his ear, that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on it. I, thus neglected worldly ends, all dedicated to the closeness and the bettering of my mind. He, my false brother, awaked in him an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood, and its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, of confidence sans bound, he being thus loaded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one who having into truth, by telling of it, made such a sinner of his own memory, to credit his own lie. He did believe he was indeed the Duke, out of the substitution, and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence, his ambition growing, dost thou hear?
Good sir, I do.
To have no screen between the part he played and him he played for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was duped King of Naples being an enemy to me and veteran, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises upon it, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all its honours on my brother. On a treacherous army levy, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did he open the gates of Milan, and the ministers for the purpose, in dead of darkness, hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Land for pity! I'm not remembering how I cried it out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Here a little further, and then I'll bring me to the present business which now's upon us, without which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well, Nanny, my tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not so dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colours fair painted their foul ends. In a few, they hurried us aboard a bark and bore some leagues out to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of butt, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively have quit it. There, they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong.
Alas, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, charity thou wast that did preserve me, not a smile infused, but a fortitude from heaven. Decked the sea with drops full salt, and under my burden groans which raised in me, the stomachs bear up against what should consume.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan Gonzalo did give us. So of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library, with volumes that I prize above my duty.
When I might bear with that man.
Sit still. In the last of our sea sorrow. Here we arrived in this island, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profits than princes can, with more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm.
No thus far forth. Bountiful fortune, now my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. And by my presence I find my zenith doth depend on a most auspicious star, whose influence, if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give the way. I know thou canst not choose. What, Ariel? Approach, my Ariel, come!
Oh, hail, great master, grave sir! I've come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task, Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou spared performed to the point of Tempest which I made thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, down the beak, in the waist, in the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divide and burn in many places, the topmast, the yards and bowsprits, but I flame distinctly the neat and joy. Jove's lightning, the precursors, all the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary in sight outrunning the lot, the violent cracks of soulful destroy. The most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit! Who was so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not so, but felt a feeble command, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine, then on fire with me. The king's son Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leapt and cried, "Hands empty, lo, the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
And are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. Under sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou believest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, who I left cooling with sighs of the air, sitting, his arms in this sad
Of the king's ship, the mariners, say how thou dost dispose, and all the rest of the fleet.
safely in the harbour's the king's ship, where thou once callest me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed leaves. There she said. As for the rest of the fleet, mariners, all under hatches stowed, who, with the charm joined to the Suffolk labour, I have left asleep. As for the rest of the fleet, they are all bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the king's ship wrecked and his great person perished.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is fulfilled. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Oh, past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time took 6 and now must lie supposed to be spent most precious.
Oh, is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pain, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which has not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is't thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out? No more!
Oh, remember I've done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made no mistakings, served without grudge or grumbling. Thou did promise to bake me a full year.
Thou hast forgot from what atonement I did freely.
Oh, I lost
Thou dost, and thinkest much tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou dost. Hast thou forgot the fowl which Sycorax, with age and envy, was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak. Tell me.
Sir, in Algiers.
Oh, was she so? This damned with Sycorax for mistress manifolds and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing from Algiers thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant, and for thou was a spirit too delicate to enact her earthy and abhorred commands, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers, into cloven pine. Within which rift, imprisoned thou must painfully remain 12 years, within which space she died. Then was this island safe for the sun she did the hair freckled up hag for, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Caliban, dull thing I say so. Thou hast forgot from the torments I did find thee in. Thy moans would make wolves howl, and penetrate the breast of ever angry bears. It was by mine heart that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurs, I will rend an oak, and peg thee in its naughty entrails, till thou dost howl away 12 winters.
Pardon, master, I be corresponded to command. Do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days I will discharge thee.
Oh, that's my noble master. Tell me what shall I do? Say what shall I do?
Go, make thyself like a nymph of the sea, invisible to every sight but thine and mine, subject to no eyeball else. Go hence, and hither come in the shape. Hence with diligence. Awake, my dear heart. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
Strangeness of your story, but heaviness of it.
Come on, shake it off. We'll visit the beast Caliban, never yields us any kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir. I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, he does fetch in our wood and make our fire and do us the opposite of profit us. What ho, slave Caliban, come forth, I say. There's wood enough within. Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come thou, tortoise, when? Fine apparition, my quaint airy. Carr, in thy ear.
My lord, shall we
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon the wicked den, come forth!
Wicked doer there my mother brushed, with ravens feathered from unwholesome fen, drop on ye both, a southwest blow on ye, and blister ye all o'er.
For this, be sure tonight, thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches shall pin thy breath up, urchins for the vast night that they may work, all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched, as thick as honeycomb, each pinch will stinging them bees that made them.
I must see my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. Thou camest first, thou strokest me, made much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light and how to less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so. All the charms of sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whiles you do keep from me the rest of the island.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh, ho, 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 what's had been done? Thou didst prevent me. I had people delf this island of Caliban.
Abhorrent slave, which any bridge of goodness will not take, being capable of all ill. Pity thee. Took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other, and thou didst not savage know thy own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most prudish. I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known. Thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined to this rock. Wouldst deserve more than a prison.
Taught me language. My profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plague break you for learning me your language.
Hag seed hence. Fetch us in fume and we quick. Thou neglectest that dost unwillingly what I say. Check us down hence. I will rack thee with old cracks, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, pray. You must obey. His art is of such power. For to control my damned god syllabus and make a vassal of him.
So slave heavens.
Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Curtsy when you haven't kissed the wide ways whist. Put it featly here and there, and swings bright feather burden. Whack, whack, oh,
The watchdog's by.
I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer cry. Cock-a-doodle down, cock-a-doodle down.
Where should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? Sounds no more, in short waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Hence, I have followed it. What hath drawn me, rather? But 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies. Of his bones were coral made. Those were pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, that doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Seen him soundly ring his knell, ding dong.
But did he just remember my drowned father? This is no mortal business, nor no sound that dears them. I hear it now above me.
Fringed curtains of mine eye advance, and say thou seest, John.
What is't? Spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Leave me, sir. Harry is a brave woman. 'Tis a spirit.
No. It eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have such. And this gown which thou seest was in the wreck, and yet he's something stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. Thou might call him a goodly person, yet lost his fellows and strays about to find him.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll set thee free within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may I know if you remain upon the island, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is Oh, you wonder. You be maid or no?
No wonder, sir. But certainly a maid.
My language, heavens! I am the best that speak this speech, were I but were 'tis spoken.
How, best? What wert thou the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now. It wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me. And that he does, I weep. Myself and Naples, from with mine eyes, never since it had held the king my father rest.
Allah for mercy!
Yes, faith, and all his lords. The Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if 'twere fit to do it. How slightly have changed eyes. Delicate Mary, I'll set thee free from this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw. First that e'er I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin in your affections not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one more word. A swift business and you make, as too like winning me the prize night. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou oughtst not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win from me, the lord on it.
No, as I'm a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. Yet ill spirit has so fair a house. Good things will strive to dwell with.
Follow me, speak not for him. He is a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy feet and neck. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks were in the acorn cradle. Follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment till my enemy hath more power.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him. For he is gentle, not fearful.
What I say, my foot, my tutor? Put up thy sword, traitor, who makest to show what darest not strike. Conscience is so possessed of guilt. Come forth thy word, for I could here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon draw.
Beseech you, father.
Hence hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity. I'll be his surety.
Silence. One more word shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. An advocate for an impostor. Hush! Thou thinkest there are no such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban? To most men he is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Put up thy sword. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. The loss of my father, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners else of the earth let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
Come, follow. Thou hast done well, Francine. Follow me and hop what else thou shalt do.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, but then do exactly all points of my command.
Listen, Sybil.
Come, follow. Yes, not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wives, the masters of some merchant, and fortune have just our beam of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace. He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give it also.
Look, he's winding up to watch his wit. By and by will strike.
Sir,
One, tell.
when every grief is entertained as offered, comes to the entertainer?
$1.
Dollar comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You have taken it wiser than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord.
Why, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
I prithee spare.
Well, I have done, but yet.
You will be talking.
Which of he or Adrian for a good wager first begins to crow?
You'll cut.
The cockerel.
Done. The wager.
A laughter.
A match.
But this island seems to be desert. Ha!
So you're paid.
Uninhabitable and almost inaccessible.
Yet.
Yet he could not miss. It needs be of a subtle, tender, delicate temperance. Temperance was a delicate punch.
Aye, and as subtle as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly,
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
or as put perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
Truly, save means to live.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is fawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many Welsh rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and gloss, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we were in Africa, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Clarabelle to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before as the paragon to their queen.
Ha! Not since widow Dido's
A
time.
widow, well, pox on that. How came that widow in? Widow Dido.
What if he had said widow Aeneas too? Lord, how you take it.
Widow Dido, said you. You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous hard.
He hath raised a wall and houses too.
What impossible matter will you make easy next?
I think you will carry this isle at home in his pocket and give this sun for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands. Well, in good time.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were in Africa, at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that e'er came there.
Babe, I beseech you, widow Ditto.
Widow Ditto? Aye, Widow Dido.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well wished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost. And at my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed that I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty stroke to the shore that o'er his wave-worn bases bowed, as stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to live.
No, he's gone. Sir, you may think yourself in this great loss, though not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African. For she at least is banished from your eye, with cause what degree on it. Prithee, peace, you would yield to an importance otherwise by all of us. And fair solar sun, weighed between loftiness and obedience. Which end of the beam should bow? We've lost your son, dear mother. Milan and Naples have more widows in them if this business is making than we bring men to comfort. False, your honor. So is the dearest of the lost.
My lord, Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
Aye, and most certainly. 'Tis foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul. Had I a plantation of this isle, my lord,
He'd sow it with nettle seed.
Or dots or mallows?
and were the king on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate. Letter should not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, born bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil. No occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on it.
How the latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among the subjects?
A none man, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Say his majesty.
So long live Gonzalo.
And do you mock me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do. Well, your highness, admit to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always use to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you. So you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was there given.
And it had not let it fly long.
Oh, you are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere. If she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing,
We would so. They go a back though.
Nay, good sir, do not angry.
no, I warrant you, I shall not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you allow me to sleep, for I am very heavy.
Go, sleep, and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. Please you, sir. An element heavy off on me. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comfort.
We too will guard your person while you sleep, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heaven! What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
When often not that our eyelids sink. I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They drew together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might? Oh, worthy Sebastian, what might? And yet methinks I see it in thy face what thou shouldst be. Occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping on thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely this is sleepy language. And thou speaks of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou let thy fortune sleep. Die rather, weakest while thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious than my custom, and you must be so too if ye me. For to do so trebles thee all.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to throw.
Do so. To what hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, while thus you mock it, in stripping it you more invest it. Having men indeed so near the bottom run by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a manner from thee, and a birth indeed which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, although this lord of weak remembrance is, who shall be of as little memory when he is earthed, hath here almost persuaded. He's a spirit of persuasion. Only professes to persuade the king's sons alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
And out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No hope one way is another way, a hope so high, ambition cannot pierce a wink without discovery there. Will you not grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then, tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that's queen of Tunis? She who dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life? She, from whom we were all sea-swamped, although some cast again. And by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what's to come's at yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true, my brother's daughter is the queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, to its region there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, wherefore shall Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake. Oh, that you bore the same mind I do, but asleep with this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how is your content under your good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And see how well my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My brother's servants were once mine, Phelan. Now they are mine men.
But for your conscience,
I surrender that. 20 consciences that stand twixt me and Millen, candied be they and melt ere they molest. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead, whom I with this obedient steel 3 inches of it could lay to bed forever.
thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gost Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear this hand, you do the same to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
My master, who's art, who sees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forward, or else his project dies, to keep them living. Why you can't a snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy is time to take. If of life you give a care, shake off slumber everywhere. Awake, awake, then let us both be sons.
Now, good angels, bring up the king!
Why? How now? Away! secure your repose. Even now, we heard a burst of howling bellowing like bulls, or rather lions. Does not wake you? It struck my ears most terribly. I heard nothing.
It wasn't in to fight monsters here, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming. That a strange one, too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise. That much is verily. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure on mine.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go, safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prosper fall. Make him by Inchmeal a disease. His spirits hear me, yet I needs must curse. They'll nor pinch, frighten me with urchin showers, pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me. Sometimes like apes that meow and chatter and after bite me, and like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes my whole wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo, now, lo, here comes the spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing in wood slowly, I'll fall flat, perchance he'll not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that should shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose before by the hailful. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? Ooh, a fish! He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of, not of the newest porgin. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had with this fish painted, not a holiday fool there but would give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man, when they would not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, but will lay out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legged like a man, with his fins like arms, warm with my troth. I do now let loose my opinion, and hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander, that lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas! The storm has come again. My best way is to creep under this gravity, and there's no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I sailed on all to sea, and shall I die ashore? This is a scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swagger, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, the maid and Molly, Marian and Margaret, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savor of tar nor pitch, and a tailor might scratch her where she did itch. One of the sea boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, but here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh!
What's the matter? Do we have devils here? Do you put tricks upon the savages and men of Indon? I am not scape trying to be afraid of your poor legs now, for it has been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and so it shall be said so again, as long as Stefano breathes in nostrils.
Spirit torments me. Oh!
This is some monster of the isle, with 4 tooth gouges I take in an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I'll give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on meat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee, I'll bring my widow faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, it'll go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I'll not take too much for him. I'll pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou knowest me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt be done. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works on thee.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. This'll give you language, cat. Open your mouth. This'll shake your shaking, I can tell you, and that soundly. Come. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chops again.
I should know that voice, but he is drowned and these devils will defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices? A most delicate monster. The forward voice is to speak well of his friend, the backward voice to utter foul speeches and to detract. If it takes all the wine in my bottle, I'll help his ague. Come.
Stefano!
The other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy. This is a devil and no monster. I'll leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano! If thou fearst, Stefano, touch me and speak to me. I'm Trinculo. Be not afeard, my good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. Oh, I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any be Trinculos like these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of his moon gown? Can he bend Trinculos?
I took him to be killed by the thunderbolt. Art thou not drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. Not art the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon cast cavity for fear of the storm. Art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, to the abundance of escape!
Oh, prithee, do not turn me about. His stomach is not constant.
These be fine things and it right. That's a brave God and their celestial liquor. I will yield to him.
Well, how camest thou hither? How didst thou escape him? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaped overboard. By this bottle which I made from the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was nursed ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for thy liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear by this bottle how thou camest hither.
Swim ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck. I'll be swift.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this?
Oh, but man, my cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. Oh. How now, moon calf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
How did the moon ague ashore thee? I was the man of the moon what I was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog in thy bush.
Yes, swear to that. Kiss the book. I'll fill it with new contents, and I swear.
This is a most shallow monster, and I have feared of him. A very weak monster, the man in the moon. A poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee the best springs, and I'll kiss thy foot. I'll prithee be my God.
This is a most drunken and perfidious monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Oh, come there, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death as a poppy-headed monster. A most scurvy monster. If I could find in my heart to beat him.
Come kiss.
But the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee. I'll get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks. But follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of such a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts. Show thee a jay's nest. Instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. Take thee to clustering flibberts. And sometimes I'll get thee young scamels from the rocks. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee lead the way with no further talking. Trinculo, while our company else being drowned, we shall inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Fellow Dracula will fill in by and by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell, farewell!
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more damsel mate for fish, nor fetch inquiring, at requiring, nor scrape trenchery, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, Caliban, has a new master, get a new man. Free. High day. High day. Freedom. Freedom. High day. Freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
There be some sport are painful, and labors delightfully set off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress who I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crab, and he is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My mistress weeps to see me work, and says such labors had never like executed. I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors most busyless when I do.
Alas, now pray you work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs which are joined to pile. Pray set it down and rest you. But this burn 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself. Be safe for these 3 hours.
Oh, most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray give me that. I'll carry them to pile.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my dear father, I broke your head to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. For many a lady I have eyed with best regard. Many a time the harmony of their tongue hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, but never any was so full of soul that some defect in her did quarrel the noblest grace she owed and put it to the foil. But you, oh you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass, my lord. Nor have I met more than I may comment on you, good friend, my dear father. Her features are wrought I am skilless of, but by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish for any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly. My father's precepts I there do forget.
I am in my condition of prince, Miranda, and to think a king. I would not so. I would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. For your sake, my patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven, oh earth, bear witness to the sounding crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. Apollo lead, invert what best has boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limits of what else in the world, love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep it when I'm glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven rain grapes on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
Mine unworthiness, which dare not alter what I desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows. Hence bashful cunning, and probably plain and holy innocence. I'm your wife if you marry me. If not, I shall die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I am your servant, whether you will or no.
Oh, most dear mistress, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
I, with a heart as willing as bondage e'er hereof. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. Farewell, till a half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be well surprised with them. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll do my books. For yet ere supper time I must do much business appertaining.
Tell not me! When the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Then we'll bear up at boredom. Servant monster, drink to me!
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 of us upon this isle. We are 3 of them, and if the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters.
Oh, servant monster, drink when I bid thee. My eyes are almost set in my head.
Where should they be set else? He would be a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My non-monster has almost drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swear ere I could recover the shore 35 leagues off and on by this light. Oh, that shall be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list, but he's no standard.
Will not run, monsieur monster.
Nor go neither. You lie like dogs, nor say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, if thou beest a good mooncalf, speak once in thy life.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am in case of jostle constable. Why, thou debauched fish thou, was there ever a man a coward who has drank as much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo, again, bite him to death, I prithee.
Oh, Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If you prove a mutiny in the next tree, for a monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
Thank thee, my noble lord. Wilt thou hearken once again to the suit I made thee?
Marry will I, kneel and repeat it. I shall stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, who hath by his cunning cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey! I do not lie. I would my valiant master would destroy thee.
Oh, Trinculo, do not trouble him any more on his tail, or by this hand I shall plant some of thy teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
By sorcery he got this isle from me. From me he got it. Thy greatness will revenge it on him. For I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord on it, and I'll serve thee.
How shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Ay, my lord, I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
What a fine ninny is this, thou scurvy patch! Give him blows, and take his bottle from him. For when that's gone, he shall drink not but brine. For I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand unto my mercy I the doors and make the stockfish of thee.
Why, I did nothing. I'll go, father.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Oh, do I so? Take thou then that! And you're like the
'Tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brave him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his reason with thy knife. Remember first to seize his books, for without them he's but a son, as am I, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rudely as I. Burn but his books, he has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which when he has a house is up with all. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman only sycorax my dam than she, but she is far surpassed sycorax, as greatest does least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Ay, my lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee for a brave brood.
I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo, and you will be my viceroy. How dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Excellent. Oh, give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee. Whilst thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
When in this half hour will he be asleep, wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This is my turn, I must.
Ah, thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be so common. Will you troll the catch you taught me but while here?
Oh, at thy request, monster, I'll do reason, any reason. Come, drink it all, let us sing. Loud and count them and scout them and flout them, God is free!
That's not the tune.
What is the same?
This is the tune about catch. Hey, about the picture of a nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
He that died pays off that I defy thee. Mercy upon us.
Art thou a beard?
A monster, not I.
Be not feared. The isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that delight and give not hurt. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about my ears, and sometimes voices that if I've been awaked after long sleep will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, the clouds methought open and show riches ready to drop upon me. And when I waked, I cried to dream again.
Well, this'll prove a great kingdom to give me my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed.
That'll be by and by. I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it, and after, do our work.
Hey, monster! I would I could see this Tabor. He leads an arm.
Walk on. I'll follow Stefano.
When myself possessed with weariness to the dulling of my spirit. Sit down and rest. Even here will I put off my hope, and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned whom thus we straight find. The sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I'm right glad he's so out of hope. Do not forego the purpose that you resolved.
The next advantage will we take through.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travail. They cannot nor will not be as vigilant as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
My good friends, hark.
Marvelous, sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, heavens. What were these? A living trollery.
Now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, Phoenix's throne, one phoenix, at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both. And what does else one credit come to me elsewhere, 'tis true. Travelers ne'er did lie, though things at home could them.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such islanders, for certes these are people of the island, who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet note, their manners are more gentle kind than of our human generation you shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse such shapes, such gestures and such sounds expressing, though they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse.
Praise of departing.
They vanish strangely.
No matter, since their butter viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you taste of what is here?
Not I.
Oh, faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that there were mountaineers do laugh like trolls, whose throats had hanging out of wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find each putter out of 5 for 1 will bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny, that hath to instrument this lower world and what is in it, the nerves of fated sea hath caused to belch up you, and on this island, where man doth not inhabit, you, amongst men, being most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and even with such like valor men hang and drown them proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fates, the elements of whom your swords are tempered, may as well wound the now bruise, or be mocked that stabs, kill the still closing waters, as diminish one down that's in my doom. My fellow ministers alike invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strength. But remember, for that is my business to you, that you 3 from the land did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deeds the powers, delaying, but not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace. Hear thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step tend you and your ways, whose wrath to guard you from, he, on this most desolate hour, else falls upon your heads, is nothing but hard sorrow and a clear life in soon.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. A grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hath thou nothing bated in what thou hast to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them. When I visit the young Phelan, whom they suppose drowned, and his, and mine, love done.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand
monstrous. Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke, and told me of it. The winds did sing at me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper. Did base my trespass. Therefore my son in ooze is mudded, and I'll seek him deeper than e'er plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded. 1 feet at a time! A fight your legions are! I'll be my second!
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits. I do beseech you that are of suppler joints, follow them swiftly and hinder them from what this ecstasy may now provoke them to.
Follow, I pray you.
Too austerely punished you. Your compensation makes amends. For I've given you here a third of mine own life, for that for which I live. And once again I attend to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, afore heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile that I boast of her. For thou shalt find she'll outstrip all praise, and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift, and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. But thou dost break her virgin not before all sanctimonious ceremonies be with full and holy rite be mixed in. No sweet aspersion shall the heavens fall to make her conjure throw, but barren hate, sorrow, disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with me so nobly you shall hate it both. Therefore take heed. As Hymen's lamp shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue and long life, with such love as 'tis now. The murkiest den, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion our worst genius can, shall never knock mine honor into lust, to take the edge off that day's celebration, when I shall think where Phoebus' steeds are foundered, the night kept chained below.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her, she is thine own. What, Ariel? My industrious servant's Ariel.
What would my poetic master? Here I am.
Thou and thy mere fellows, your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go get the rabble of whom I give thee power, and bring them here to this place, and cite them to quick motion. For I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of my lot. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently,
Aye, with a twink.
before you can say come and go, breathe twice and cry so-so, each one tripping on his toe, will be here with God and moan. Do you love me, master? No.
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I concede.
Look thou, be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest hopes are straw to the fire in the blood. Be more abstemious, or else would night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the cold white virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, come, my Ariel, bring a corollary rather than want a spirit. Appear and pertly. Tell all eyes.
lady. Thy rich lays of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas. Thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover them to keep. Thy banks with pionid and twilled brims, which spongy aprileth thy hest betrims, to make cold nymphs chaste crowns, and thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being last lorn. Thy pole-clipped vineyard, and thy sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost dare, the queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport, her peacocks fly amain, approach rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and thy unshrubbed down, rich star to my proud earth, do I help thy wings of an infinite this rich grassy green,
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly beau, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they did plot that dusky diss my daughter got, her and her blind boy's scandal company I have forsworn.
Of her society be not afraid. I met her deity cutting the clouds towards Paphos, and her son dove-drawn with her. Here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bedrite shall be paid, till Hymen's torch be lighted. But in vain. Mars' hot minion is returned again. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrows, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows and be a boy right out.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister? Go with me to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be and honored in their issue. Honor, riches, marriage blessing, long continuance and increasing, hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessing on you.
Earth's increase and voice and plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden bowing, spring come to you at the farthest, in the end of every harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you, Ceres' blessing so is on you.
This is a most majestic vision, harmonious charmingly.
Might I be bold to think these spirits, which by mine arts from their confines I have called to enact my present fancies.
When we live here, so rare wondered father and wife make this place paradise.
Sweet now silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do. Hush, mute, or our spell is marred.
You nymphs called naiads of the windring brooks, with your sedged crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. You sunburned sicklemen of August rearing, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Make holiday your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in country footing.
Thought that foul conspiracy could be Phelan and his confederates against my life. The very hour changed. Our revels now are ended. And these, our actors, as I foretold you, were spirits. And are melted into air, into thin air, and like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leaves not a rack behind. We have such stuff as dreams are made on. And our little life is rounded with the sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. If you be pleased, retire unto my cell and there repose. Return to our walk to still my beating mind. We wish you peace. Approach, my Ariel.
Thy thoughts are pleased you. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander. When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee that, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again. Well, where didst thou leave these volumes?
I told you, sir. They were red hot with drinking, so full of valor they smote the air for breathing in their faces, and beat the ground for kissing of their feet, and always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, glanced their eyelids, lifted their noses as they smelled peace. So I charmed their ears, at which cat-like they, my lowing followed through, towards briars, sharp furzes, pricking gorse and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them in the filthy magic pool beyond your cell, the dancing up to the chins, in the foul lake that overstunk their feet.
This was well done. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither. So fail to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can not escape, on whom all my pains humanly taken, lost, all lost, quite lost. And with age his body ugly grows, and so his mind cankers. Thou plague them all, even to roaring! Come, hit them on this line.
Pray you, tread softly, the blind mole may not hear footfall. We are now near its cell.
Oh, monster! Your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than to play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell horse business. My nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. If I should take a displeasure against your monster, look you!
Thou wert but a lost monster.
Good my lord, give me thy favor still. The prize I bring to thee shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore speak softly, all hushed as midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There's not only disgrace and dishonor in that monster, but an infinite loss as well.
There's more to me than my wetting if this is your harmless fairy monster.
Oh, I will fetch off my bottle, even though I be over ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief, which shall make this island thine forever, and I, thy Caliban, for aye thy footling.
Give me your hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano. Oh, here. Oh, worthy Stefano. Look what a wardrobe here is for thee.
Let it alone, fool, it is but trash.
Oh, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery.
Hey, put off that gown, Trickino! Better turn out of that gown!
Thy gracious habits.
The dropsy drown this fool. What mean you to do thus on such luggage? Let it alone into the murder first. If he awake from toe to crown, he'll fill our skin with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Be ye quiet, monster!
all be turned to barnacles, to apes with foreheads villainous long.
Monster, lady of fingers, take this to where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll throw you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
I and this.
I and this.
And thou shalt have the air of freedom. For little follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, my lord, at which time you said our work should cease.
I did say so, and last I raised the Tempest. Say, Spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, in the same manner as you gave in charge. All prisoners, sir, just as you left them, in the lying room which well offends your cell. They cannot budge till your release. The king, his brother and yours, abide, all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay. That chiefly him, sir, you termed the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears went down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charms so strongly works him that if you now beheld them, your affection should become tender.
Dost thou think so, Spirit?
Mine, sir, were a human.
And mine shall. Thou which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself, one of their kind, that but a sharply passion as they, be kindly moved than thou art. With their high wrongs I am struck to the quick. If with my nobler reason, against my fury do I take part, the rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Ye arrows of hills, rocks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the every Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back. You demi-poets, that by moonshine make, the screen sour ringlets make, where the yew not bite, you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms and rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I'll bedim the noontide sun, call forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and azure vaults of roaring war, to the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and ripped Jove's stout oak with his own bolt, the strong base promontory have I made shake, and by its spurs plucked up the pine and cedar, graze at my command have waked their sleepers out, and let them fall by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And I've required some heavenly music, which even now I do. I'll break my staff, bury it in certain fathoms of the earth, and deeper than ever poetic sound, I'll drown my book. Solemn air, and best comfort of pure thy brains. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Oh, good Gonzalo, most loyal sir, my true preserver, shall pay thy graces both in word and deed. But you, Alonso, you have used me and my daughter with the help of your brother, thou art pinched for now, Sebastian. And you, brother of mine, you would have here killed your king. Not one of them that yet looks on you, or would know you. Come, Ariel, fetch my cloak and rapier from my cell. I will discase, and myself present, as I was sometime Phelan. Quickly, Ariel, thou shalt ere long be free.
Where the bees look there suck I, there I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly, on the summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, on the blossom that hangs on the bough.
That's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet I shall be free. So, to the king's ship! Invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep under the hatches, the master and the boat train, and sight them to this place. And presently, I prithee,
I drink the air before me, and return, or ere my pulse twice beat.
Oh, torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power, guide us out of this fearful country.
behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan. For more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body. And to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Where thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear madness held me. This must crave, and if this be at all, a most strange story. Thy Duke to my resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs.
First, noble sir, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do experience some subtleties of the air, which let you believe things not so. But welcome, my friends, all, but you, my grace of lords. Were I so minded, I could here put up his highness frown upon you, and justify you as traitors. This time I will tell you things.
Devil speaks in him.
No, for you, who to call brother would even infect my mouth. Forgive me if I make a fault, all of them, and require my due to thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son Ferdinand.
I am woeful, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patient says it is past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, for whose soft grace for the like lost I have myself for sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss?
Supportable to me its reason, and the means to support the loss have I much weaker than you, and have to come to you. For I have lost my daughter.
A daughter. Oh, heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. But 'tis not a conversation befitting our first meeting. Welcome, all! And as you have given me my duty, I requite thee indeed with as good a thing as me, to content you as much as me. My liege.
Sweet Lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose. A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Know all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest hither.
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world to have such people in it.
'Tis new to me. What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is this the goddess that hath severed us, and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence, she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so oft I heard renown, but never saw before, from whom I have received a second life, and a second father this lady makes him to me.
I am hers. Oh, how oddly it will sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
Sir, let us not burden us for our remembrances with the heaviness that is gone.
I have only wept, or would have spoke, before this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you that have chalked forth the way which brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust from Milan that his issue should become kings of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy. Set it down with gold on lasting pillars. In one voyage did Clarabelle her husband find at Tunis. Ferdinand, her brother, found a wife, where he himself was lost. Prospero his dukedom in a poor isle, and all of us, ourselves, where no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Now let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen. Oh, look, sir. Look, sir. Here is more of us. I prophesied if a gallows were on land, this fellow could not drown. Now, blasphemy that swearest grace overboard, not an oath on shore. Hast thou no mouth by land? What's the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split, is tight and yarn bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all this have I done since I went.
That's my tricksy servant.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how camest thou hither?
If I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. We were dead of sleep, and how we know not, all clapped under hatches. Where, but even now, with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible, we were awake. Straightway at liberty, where we, in all our trim, freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship, our master capered to iron. On a trice, so please you, even in a dream were we divided from them, and brought only hither.
Was it well done?
Bravely done, my spirit.
This is as strange a maze as e'er men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not burden your mind with these unavoidable accidents. At Pickley's I will resolve all of them. Till when be cheerful. Set the caravan and his companions free. Untie the spell. King, there are yet missing of your company some few odd lads.
Every man stood for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Courage, bully monster, courage!
If these be true spies which I wear in my head, here's a good sight.
Oh, Centivos, these be brave creatures. How fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
What things are these, my Lord Antonio? Will money buy him?
How very like. That one's a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark what the badges of these men, my lord, and then say if they be true. These three have robbed me, and have set it to plot against my life. Two of these you must know and own, and this thing of darkness I acknowledge as mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
Why, he is drunk. Ready wine.
And Trinculo is reeling right. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded them? Say how camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last. I fear me will never out of my bones. I will not bear fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not! I am not Stefano, but a cramp!
You'd be king of the Isles, sirrah.
I would have been a sore one then.
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He's as disproportionate in his shape as in his manners. Go to my cell, take with you your companions, and as you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
That I will, and I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away.
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
Nor stole it, rather.
Sir, my liege, I invite you to retire into my cell, where you shall sleep. In the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where we shall hope to see the nuptial things our dear beloved solemnized. And thence retire me to Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and a safe return. Eric, Chick, this is thy charge. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true I must here be confined by you, or else sent to Naples. But let me not, since I have my duty got, and pardon the risk, dwell here, in this island. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant. And my ending is despair, lest I be relieved by prayer, as you